Hello, MC Knight here. Welcome to the Dragon's Lair. This is episode 39. Since the last episode, when I built the ominous bottle farm and the raid farm, I have been busy and I spent some time at the raid farm. And as you can see, I now have quite a few totems of undying. Now, those of you who are eagle-eyed, you notice that my experience levels are lower than what they were at the end of the last episode, and that's because I've been combining crossbows that I've collected from the raid farm. I've also gone ahead and I've been enchanting armor and tools and gear and also combining enchanted books. I've also got a bunch of shulker boxes for farms, and so I've placed some signs above for the resin farm, for the lava farm. I've been thinking I need to upgrade in my world, and so in these two shulker boxes, I have all the items I need to build a wither skeleton farm. One item in the shulker boxes that I did not have was cobwebs. And so recently I found a mine shaft, and Rapid Sphinx and I went to the mine shaft to gather up some cobwebs. And, well, I'm going to show you the clips, and it wasn't really real exciting. We didn't have a whole lot of problems. another thing that happened since the last episode is we had another player join the server. WH Shu is a friend of Rabbit Sphinx, and he joined the server. And so Rabbit Sphinx, WH Shu, and I did a End City run. And so I'm going to quick show you that clip. in total, the three of us ended up raiding 2 end cities, and then I raided an end city myself. Now, I wasn't so worried about finding any elytra because, well, in this shulker box here, I've got 3 elytra. I have another pair of elytra in my backup box, and I've got one on. So my main thing was I was looking for shulker shells. So in these 2 chests here is the loot that I got from these 3 end cities. So in this shulker box, you can see I got 24 shulker shells, and in this one I got 16. Plus I did make some shulker boxes already. There is another project that I've been wanting to do for a while, so first I needed to do some trading with the villagers to get some more quartz blocks. Then I needed to take those quartz blocks and convert them into quartz slabs. Then it was off to the Coliseum to start placing quartz slabs, and I'm real happy that Rabbit Sphinx joined me to help place all these slabs. So now the sorting system has a roof around where the sorting area is. We decided to leave the interior here uncovered. The other problem that we're running into with the sorting system, though, is as you can see, there's a whole lot of blocks in here, and there's really just not a whole lot of empty spaces. I have a few here and there, but some of these are already planned for certain blocks. So I think at some point in the near future, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do as far as a sorting system and how to add. Another thing that I did was I added doors to access the sorting system. In here, I also placed some scaffolding. So now I can go up here. And once I'm up here, then I can access the very last hopper, which is where anything would end up if it didn't have a spot in the sorting system. Something else that I did was over here at the sniffer farm, I have been collecting the torchflower seeds and the pitcher pods. You see there are still some in there. I don't take all of them out. And then what I do with the seeds and the pods is I come over here and I've been planting to get the sunflower or torchflower seeds and the pitcher plants. And what I've been doing is the extra torchflower seeds and pitcher pods, and then also the flowers, I've been putting them into the sorting system. If you remember in the last episode, I told you that I finished the ice highway going to the coral reef, the mushroom island, and the deep frozen ocean. So this is the last thing that I want to show you in this video. And here it is. You'll notice that it looks very much like the ice highway for the witch farm and the slime farm. So here's the first stop, and that is for the coral reef. I think at some point, maybe what I'll do is actually build some kind of a base at the coral reef, at least put some kind of a house in there, a place for protection if I have to go there for some reason. And then if we continue down this hallway here, and this hallway is rather lengthy, and so you can imagine it took me a while to build this and place everything. And then down here we have the mushroom island. You can see by, I'm going to try to get turned around back here. So you can see by the sign, I put a sign up for each of the portals to signify what they are. And then the last stop is for the... I didn't really plan on going all the way through there like that. But the last stop, as you can see, it goes to the deep frozen ocean. I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I'm going to save the Wither Skeleton Farm for the next video. I want to thank you for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. I will catch you next time. Until then, I'm MC Knight.